E bentornati su Go Italia. Siamo ritornati su questo fantastico pianeta. Eccoci qua, con chi dobbiamo parlare?
Another refugee? All right, step forward. Just a moment. Allowing anyone into Matriarch's mercy unprocessed will upset the precarious ratio of refugees to aid. We should have an opportunity for placement in approximately 7.85 days, presuming no unforeseen alterations. I seem to recollect one matching your description set for arrival. Pardon my slowing your ingress. It has been rather hectic of late. Welcome to Matriarch's Mercy. Rule number 1, no crowding. Rule number 2, avoid the exclusion zone.
Cos'è la zona di esclusione?
I thought the name was self-explanatory. Our seer predicted that a corner of the encampment is in terrible danger. Danger from what? Or when? Unclear. Stay away from it, and, in all probability, you won't have to find out.
Esiste una regola numero 3?
Not at present, but according to our predictions, the creation of a third rule is likely. If not, our predictions spring from the universal equation, the very numbers that guide the stars. Only a fool ignores probability, and safety and probability are incompatible. Eventually, nowhere will be safe, including here. That's enough questions. Keep the line moving. You need anything, talk to Seer Wiley. He's in the lift building, straight through the settlement.
By calculating the position... Apologies, outsider. As a vicar, I am usually tasked with guiding non-order lay people, such as yourself. Lately, the abbot has tasked me with the education of the refugees in our care. You are, of course, free to stay to be enlightened by my lecture, but I don't... well, if it's in the displaced's best interests, I imagine I can find a moment. Yes, I reckon I do have my ear to the grimy dirt floor of Matriarch's Mercy. I hear what common lay people are saying, and the wide array of bodily noises they make. Suppose I, more than any other member of the Order here, connect with non-scienticians. I've begun daily lectures, including practical advice on efficiently planning their days. I frequently launch into extended orations on everyone's favorite topic, math, and meticulously expatiate on our sex origins in the most rigorously pedantic detail. Oh, dear, I got ahead of myself, didn't I? That's an occupational hazard around here. As I'm sure you've read in recent dissertations doing the rounds, education has proven to have a 13.7% increase in overall quality of life. I am single-handedly making a difference here, with constructive pointers on never as many as I would like, perhaps, but my little congregation grows by the hour. Eventually, my unsophisticated layperson friend, the knowledge just seeps right in. Give it a few years and they'll even be asking questions.
What happened to this place? Law. Matriarch's Mercy is no safer than the trench. Where do we go now? Where do we go now? Another refugee camp? Another colony?
We're not going anywhere! Not on the basis!
Except for the fact that you ain't yelling and trying to eat me. I'd have pegged you as some sort of prosperous scrapper by the rough look you got about you. You do got a certain feral look in your eye, though. May Huffstutler, formerly Auntie's Choice, Department of Invasive Marketing. Now, the voice of the displaced. That's what those in the Order call me, leastways. An unofficial sobriquet, likely meant as a petulant slight. On account I object. Louder. More often than the rest. Those of us ended up here have very little...
Da dove viene tutta questa gente? Alcuni sono una ex soluzione della zia come me, altri sono stati abbandonati dal protettorato, siamo tutti sfollati a causa del conflitto direttamente o meno. Sai che dicevi riguardo alla zona di esclusione? L'Ordine ha deciso di tenerci fuori grazie a una nebulosa predizione di disastro.
We have people.
La petizione dell'Ordine deve essere stata praticamente premonitrice.
From a yet to be determined catastrophe were the administrant's words. Not what I would call specific. I honestly don't give the slightest whit about the Order's idea of math or whatever calculation tells them that a catastrophe may or may not occur. I couldn't get anywhere with Administrant Agarwal, but you, maybe you'll have better luck.
Cosa ti fa pensare che
For all of their logical ways, value an outside perspective. And because I've run out of options.
Ci proverò.
Maybe fate's on our side for a change. You can find Agarwal in the lift building. Probably
finalmente una destinazione.
to get on my nerves.
Ok, possiamo passare. No, non dobbiamo andare di qua però. Un attimo. Forse di qua, vediamo un po'.
Oh, a visitor. Hello. You weren't mentioned in my latest personalized order prediction. Granted, I mostly skim the parts what don't cover probabilistic dangers, so perhaps you were alluded to in some, roundabout fashion. Suppose that means you're not a threat. So that's good, right? Yeah, I reckon that's good. I'll say, I try not to make any big plans until I consult my latest POP. First time I got a POP, it was on a lark. It said, Rollo Nast, our seer has predicted you must wear a helmet today. I borrowed one. As a laugh, everybody ribbed me about it. Just after lunch, wind picked up on the cliff above and dropped a mock... Sure, but I've had 9 POPs so far, and at least 3 times, something similar happened. Avoided drowning in a culvert, sidestepped my mantisaur allergy... Forget the other. Things like that just illustrate the fragile nature of human existence, especially here in Golden Ridge. My co-occupant Ike had a POP done. I told him avoid... You did catch the part I said they'd save my life, right? I think alive is a notable improvement on dead. That's something you can take to the bank, Figuratively speaking. I don't know why the other displaced have been so slow to take to them. But I'm not complaining too loud. Waited for my latest POPs long enough already.
$1,068.5 pardons, but my attention is presently 99. I have 0 allotted time for random queries, at present or in the foreseeable future. But very well. As the assigned provisioner, I am responsible for coordinating the requisition and distribution of comestibles, medicinals, and miscellaneous vital supplies. The overwhelming majority of my time is dedicated to this, leaving only moments to see to the Order's needs in the settlement. But it is an effort I undertake with great relish. You may not have noticed, but the refugees do not want for food or medicine. With the great disruption that has occurred to their lives, one can hardly blame them. That they are fed and... The Order of the Ascendant is dedicated to the ascension of humanity. Our ultimate goal may not be reached in our lifetime. If I can help others, appreciate you respecting my time.
Non potevamo comprare qualcosa?
I haven't any time for idle chatter, but I suppose I can carve out a moment for urgent business.
Ok.
By the law, it's you. Oh, thank the architect you're finally here. I've scarcely breathed while hoping you'd come. I am in desperate need of your help. True, but the Order's predictions know you better than you know yourself. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for guidance. He told me that a dashing outsider would answer my prayers.
Ah,
The
affascinante.
prediction was a fluke, but here you are. A dashing outsider standing before me. Strictly speaking, it isn't. Not yet. But the math is very, very, very good at predicting what is probably most likely, extremely possible. In theory. Within a margin of error. Anyway, that is the Seer's business. My business is the health and welfare of the... As a doctor, I'm appalled. We don't have enough beds or private quarters to separate people, so sickness is blazing an unhappy trail through the refugees. Of course, the Order keeps us well supplied with meds, but things will get worse as long as we're overcrowded. Yes, I can treat sickness as it arises. It would be legal. Since you asked, you can run this medicine to Horst Lambing. Just don't shake the man's hand. He has a habit of You see, the Seers are members of the Order who labor over the universal equation. Even in its unfinished state, the equation gives them the means to predict the future. Recently, I had a rare opportunity to ask the Seer for guidance. He told me that a dashing outsider
Ancora? Ce l'ha già detto.
I feared the prediction was a fluke, but here you are. A dashing outsider standing before me. Where to begin? There are so many sick and wounded in Matriarch's mercy, and I have but 2 imperfect hands. I am but a humble general practitioner. What I really need are specialists, and the Seer predicted an You also strike me as someone on the go. I need committed medical employees, not a freelancer. The Seer gave me a datapad with explicit instructions that I not read it, for my intervention could only throw probability into disarray. Now, take the datapad, with my thanks.
Ecco, grazie.
How can I be of service? Since you aren't a refugee, I hope you understand that I cannot offer my goods free of charge, but my prices are fair.
Ah, I pleasantly anticipated this exact moment. My personalized order prediction and weekly prognostics report both mentioned encountering an unforeseen factor about now. I suppose that designation doesn't wholly apply to you, though, does it? Predicting future events is an imprecise science. Currently, that is. Well, then. I read that you'd have We utilize a mix of proprietary research methods to gather as complete a data set as possible, and advanced calculations using well-honed models to effectuate it. None of us predict events with complete accuracy or absolute detail. We'd need to solve the universal equation to do that. Fortunately, we're all working very hard on that problem. The Department of Predictive Analysis The Department of Predictive Analysis is mainly populated by seers like myself, who represent the Order's most talented mathematicians. After years of study, some can predict events a few seconds or minutes into the future with reasonable precision. Others can estimate with up to 71.1% accuracy several months out. Of course, predictions have grown more difficult with the loss of the archive. But I am not to unforeseen factors, random elements, anomalous outliers, incalculable variables. All of them can undercut the accuracy of our predictions. But as we close in on solving the universal equation, unknown unknowns will become known unknown. Matriarch's mercy is brimming beyond capacity with those cast out by war. But we of the Order rise to every challenge and continually strive to better our guests' existence. Why I, for instance, have availed my predictive methods to our refugee neighbors in the area. I share the very same surprise. Engagement is admittedly rather low, but at least one of our recent guests, Rollo Nast, has received multiple personalized order predictions. I believe he could speak to the effectiveness of our ways firsthand. If my own humble assertions are not enough, I trust his attestation. True, my situation does lack a certain refinement. Regrettably, this is Matriarch's mercy. I foresee you have much to do. I won't keep you. Adieu.
Adieu.
You're doing the architect's work.
Informazioni richieste non trovate, dice, boh, non lo so. Boh, vabbè.
Welcome back. Any luck enlisting help?
Ci sei arrivato? Parliamo con lui?
Ah, you must be the, Earth Directorate agent I was told to expect. Your punctuality is commendable. I was not informed you'd be arriving with a, scholar of alternative belief.
You are just dying to call me a cultist, aren't you?
Ah, yes, I'm sure. Well, good then. Consider my fears allayed. Allow me to welcome you to Golden Ridge. I'm afraid I've no refreshments available, but can I interest you in a customary debate over decidability?
If I may interject, High Scholar, don't you agree our time would be better utilized on more relevant discourse?
Seer Wiley's right, as always. Obviously, we've all more important things to do than to stand around trifling with truth tables. Perhaps later, then. The presiding bishop sent word of your imminent arrival. However, pursuant to our normal standards of compartmentalization, she was scant on the details of your mission. That said, I've been instructed to assist you however I can. So, tell me, what brings you to Golden Ridge? Since losing access to the archive, the Order has been forced to limit its open exchange of ideas and information to avoid contaminating what few predictions we can still make.
We don't use that word, prophecy. Our predictions are strictly a matter of mathematical calculation. But, in layman's terms, that is the objective, yes.
The archive is a vast network of computational machines built beneath the ice of Cloister. Prior to the invasion, the Order used it to generate predictions on a vast scale. But listen to me prattling on. I'm sure you aren't here for a history lesson.
Victor Clemens, some kind of radical. What an absurd notion.
I must agree with my seer. I once watched Victor shed copious tears over a damaged datapad. It's difficult to imagine him capable of worse. Well, praise the architect for small allowances. I'll speak with him. If you were able to talk him down, then hopefully his beliefs are not beyond curation.
Assign that task to me, High Scholar. Victor's obviously more dangerous than anyone knew. You shouldn't endanger yourself. The monastery needs its abbot now more than ever.
Your concern is greatly appreciated. However, I think it's best I speak with him personally. He'll confide more openly to me, plan willing.
How droll.
Now then, by exposing Victor's machinations, you've done the Order a good turn. Perhaps you would be interested in doing another? No doubt you heard of the recent attack launched on that Anti's Choice base, Outpost Opportunity. It came from one of our facilities, the Zeranium Manufactory. But that facility is intended for research, not military action. I hate thinking an Order member responsible, but given the precision of the attack, it does suggest traitors in our midst. It would undoubtedly benefit both of us to root them out.
Respectfully, Scholar, given current tensions, should we really be trusting such a delicate task to this stranger? Would an internal review of our ranks not be more appropriate? Choosing levity at a moment like this is only further evidence of your lack of good judgment.
I don't dispute the need for discretion, my friend, but the presiding bishop made the determination to send the agent to us. It's best we trust her calculations. Moreover, our situation is growing increasingly dire. I can't overstate my fears concerning this most recent attack ending the ceasefire and reigniting the war in Golden Ridge. One more thing. Your investigation into the traitors takes precedence. But if you could also render aid at Outpost Opportunity on our behalf, such a gesture might preserve the peace. Most assuredly not. It would eliminate the entire point of the ceasefire. Please convey that fact to whomever you speak with.
And here I was under the impression that investigating crime and injustice was primarily what Earth Directorate agents do.
At any rate, I trust whatever's uncovered over the course of this investigation will serve as compensation enough.
Poi cerchiamo la missione.
Could rely upon you. Ruth wouldn't have sent you otherwise. Here, take this writ of investigative inquiry. It'll grant you access to the manufactory. Seer Wiley and I will conduct our own inquest into illuminating the path to true erudition is an
a calling for those with a greater than average talent for mathematics and computation. Particularly, yes.
Seer Wiley is being too modest about his contribution. Oh, indeed. I needn't educate you on what you can see with your very eyes. There is a great deal of pressure on me to navigate what is a rather novel situation. Without Wiley, I dare say our predicament here would be even more precarious. Many lives depend on him, on us both. Why, Matriarch's mercy would not be the refuge it is without his predictions shepherding its development. Both, I should hope. We've been collaborating for many years, and that is a statue of the Matriarch, Alexandra Varick, Arcadia's founder and for whom the monastery was named after. Regrettably, Alexandra Monastery is closed to non-order members at the moment, given recent troubles. But perhaps Seer Wiley can give us an estimation of its reopening.
Oh, certainly. According to my calculations, the monastery will be accessible to certain members of the public shortly.
Ha! Good news indeed. Oh, you really must visit.
Commander.
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often?
Non abbiamo il codice d'accesso, vabbè, abbiamo capito.
Have you beheld that new rifle up at the monastery, the Oracle?
The one Wiley designed, right? Uses a tracking algorithm, never misses. Sounds ambitious, even for him.
I'd give my tenure for an hour alone with it and a mantis sword at 2 clicks.
Since the schism, the Protectorate has rewritten history.
Just too damn crowded.
I remember this place before the war.
3 hours later.
I'm aggregating vital, time-sensitive data, and your perpetual motion is distracting.
What is it? I have 15 seconds of allotted time for non-specific discourse, so choose your words with expediency. Oh, don't tell me. You're here on behalf of the voice of the displaced, aren't you? Oh, May, is it? You're on a first-name basis already? This is about the Exclusion Zone, correct? Or that it only that simple, but she ignores essential variables of the equation. You see, the seer predicted that a calamity would befall the Exclusion Zone, warning that the barrier must not be crossed. But the ever-disruptive voice of the displaced is dead set on occupying. Tell me, which of us has the title of administrant before their name? The responsibility is mine, as are the consequences. The seer has augured death for anyone who enters the Exclusion Zone. Yes, you heard me right. Death. Furthermore, and I quote, an outside mediator, having earned the confidence of both sides, has a high likelihood of clearing up an ongoing dispute. And now the voice has involved you. How auspicious. The first step is to familiarize yourself with every angle of the dispute. Talk to the people of Matriarch's mercy. The displaced want the exclusion zone. We want it kept off limits. We can't both be right. With your seasoned perspective, perhaps the voice of the displaced will learn to listen. Any questions before you get started? I can tell you she's a rabble-rouser of the highest order. Still, she cleaves to her principles. That's something. You can find her outside, among her people, stubbornly defying an order barricade. But you already knew that. Novice Seer Vicarage should have ample time to illuminate you on the Order's forecast modeling methods. He's just, according to predictions, yes. Or at least, my interpretation of them. I am reasonably certain. More than usual, in fact. Many people around camp support or object to our methods. Speak to them, form your own opinion, and when you are ready, we will decide the fate of the exclusion zone. Scienticians around the settlement inform me you've made some inquiries. Have you spoken to all representatives of... Well then, if you need me in the meantime, I'll be here, up to my ocular organs and requests. Besides, to put it, but with effort, patience, and collaboration. Good. As with probability.
Boh.
Unless you have authorization.
What happened to this place? What happened to this place? Where do we go now? Another refugee camp?
Sì, ma non è chiaro con chi dobbiamo parlare, è un casino, sono missioni proprio complicate così.
I suppose I can give you the time of day. Vexing. Not to insult our girl.
Boh, 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 boh. Parla con la gente di misericordia, bah, vabbè, però.
That we may finally close the book on the exclusion zone once and for all.
They say you asked around.
Dicono che hai chiesto in giro, hai ascoltato la gente, sì, ho fatto anche questo. Almeno un buon inizio. Sono pronto a iniziare se lo siete anche voi.
Speaking as a representative of the Order, we will abide by the Mediator's decision if you do the same.
Agreed.
Mediator, I leave the fate of the exclusion zone in your capable hands. Speak on then.
Did he also happen to mention they were needlessly oblique and vague?
But our predictions are given to inform and protect, not to frighten. Forgive me. I do not mean to disrupt.
You mean that missionary type who's always talking at everybody instead of to them?
Her mission is to uplift and enlighten.
She's indoctrinating, not helping us. Can't you see the difference?
Point taken.
You actually got the provisioner to give you the time of day. Huh.
Ah, yes. I sometimes forget Provisioner Platnik is also assigned to minding the displaced's needs. Her role is largely proactive, while mine is reactive.
Fair enough. The Order does keep us refugees fed and plenty of... I'm all ears, Mediator.
The what now?
When grievances between the displaced approach fisticuffs, we hire sub-rosa hooligans to duke things out for us.
That is unquantifiably absurd. And I don't... Unproductive is one thing. Paid I understand he is rather short-handed.
Yeah. Someone should get right on that, huh? Anyhow, what was the good doctor's diagnosis? At Auntie's Choice, we'd view this from a lens of how sickness undercuts productivity.
That is indeed unfortunate, but the dangers predict collapsed. But we built Matriarch's Mercy to optimize comfort and safety.
I'm guessing you're saying this wasn't an official structure. More people are struggling to make do with what they have. If we had the exclusion zone, this wouldn't be a problem.
Quindi?
I guess these structures weren't built following established order construction guidelines. By my calculations, you've explored this topic from every conceivable angle. Admirable work, Mediator.
Grazie.
I suspect that your sympathies lie with the displaced. Unfortunate if true, but I leave the decision in your capable hands. Well, if this is the fate that was augured, then I will not complain, though it goes against my very nature. Please, be safe. That's all I ask.
Not to worry, Administrant. The Exclusion Zone is our problem now. Here. You stay out of trouble. We'll try and do the same.
Ok, ho fatto un'altra missione interessantissima. Vabbè, comunque dialoghi simpatici, diciamo così. Medici tra le frontiere, facciamo anche questo. Leggi la predizione del veggente.
Matriarch's mercy is no safer than the trenches.
Dove cacchio sta questa previsione?
I predict that the worst is behind us.
Boh, non lo so, non so dove sta questa roba, non so dove sta. È un datapad. Ah, ok. Datapad. Quindi dovrebbe stare l'inventario. Buonanotte. Vabbè, se lo trovo. Che datapad doveva essere questo qui. Dovrebbe essere predizione del veggente. Perché infatti c'è esamina. Quindi l'abbiamo fatto. Quindi ok, si è aperta la nuova mission. Recluta il tasso. Vediamo un attimo, dove cacchio sta?
Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings.
Do you believe Arcadia shall
Però
never return to how it was?
I miss my sprats. How do you do, stranger? Always nice. Oh, it's a pity I can't lend more aid to our down... What? And you think that's me? Listen, friend. Am I supposed to find that and have it your way, then? I know when I'm being voluntold. Before I agree to anything, I need sprat corpses. Several. And no victims of... The term is... I used to... Word has it, she's out north in Auntie's Choice territory. So, watch yourself. Fresh being...
Thus, and then we solve for the... apologies. Just catching up on a research assignment between queries. Yes? Oh, doesn't everyone have that memorized? It's 1.77245385. Distract the abbot to show how the crabble patties are made. I am also on hand to answer queries by providing data supporting our actions. I am sure, according to life outside sees increased risk. We have diverted in, then back to it. If we factor for random elements offset with certain key variables,
Can't say I'm fond of these lodgings.
As it were, we start to grasp.
Ok. Oh.
You're gonna have to hold it in, friend. Privy's out of order. Never fear. I'll get that clog moving soon enough. They don't call me... You mean... you want the pipe doctor to practice real medicine? On real people? Why, this is the greatest day of my life. The human gut is the most compact and efficient sewer system ever. A plumber's dream. My dream. But Don't get me wrong, it would be an honor. I'm just not sure that I'm ready for that kind of... You really think so? Very well. Sometimes it takes a plumber to do a doctor's job. If Matriarch's mercy cries out in need, then the pipe doctor will answer. See you there, friend.
This war cannot come to a conclusion soon enough.
This is the no man's land lookout,
making
folks.
assignments in
Ironically,
proximity
not
to
much
those
to see
trees,
here.
even more unbearable than is typical.
I don't see a lot of new faces in these parts. What are you? Order? Really? An Earth Directorate agent? I have no idea what that is, but okay. Me, I'm a sprat trapper. Cute little things, but their tallow and hides fetch a high price. Used to be Protectorate, then worked for the Order, then Ante. Whoever's calling the shots on a given day. Now, I'm just waiting for the dust to settle so I can find out who I work for tomorrow. Gregory? Well, I'm glad to hear he's still kicking. Loyal customer. Very particular about his sprats. These being hard times, I've had to raise my prices. Gal's gotta eat, and I don't care for sprat meat. No, that was me. I was enjoying a bottle a little too much and spilled it. Not to worry. I cleaned off the sprats. Hypothetically, if you happen to be weighed down by a bottle of Prestige, aren't you resourceful? Take all the sprats you need. Next stop, inebriation station. Population, me. Pleasure doing business. Now that is some damn fine brandy. Now that is some damn fine brandy. Now that is some damn fine brandy.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return?
Any luck with the sprat hunt? Decent quote. You can tell the good doctor I'll be around shortly, armed with needle and thread calipers. Not to worry, they're perfectly lifelike. Be seeing you, Agent.
Since the schism, the Protectorate have rewritten history to expound our team.
When I asked the seer for medical specialists, a plumber was not what I had in mind. Trust in the Order to think outside of the box. Take this. On behalf of the Order and the displaced, I thank you. Now, will there be anything else? I can tend to your injuries. Many thanks. Right as rain. Now.
Hello? Someone there? Yes? Did the missive not play, or was it garbled in some way? Are you somehow struggling with coherence? If so, to be clear, Zeranio Manufactory 7 presently and for an indeterminate time is in lockdown. That means no... Wait, you have a writ? From the Abbot? But we don't have any means of... yes, they said they have a... yes, sir.
This is Factor Métadier. Am I to understand you have orders from the Abbot? Quite convenient for you. I have no way of verifying without allowing you entry. Very well. Come inside and we'll see this sorted. Building on the left.
Yes, right over here. So, the Abbot deigned to send someone whilst we're contending with all manner of emergencies, did he? Oh, and I see you have a Protectorate Arbiter with you as well. Of course.
Your casual method of address has been noted. Consider yourself thankful that present company stays my wrath. Some.
Surely. Far be it from me to question the irreproachable prudence of an enigmatic caller. Sometimes I cannot fathom what goes through the Abbot's mind, but your papers do seem to be legitimate. I will unlock the elevator so you can speak with Proctor Svaboda below. I'll send word you're en route. But fair warning, I cannot predict what reception you will receive. I expect your behavior will remain impeccable. The recent attack may have originated from this facility, but I assure you it was not at our hand. We have no desire to resume open warfare with Auntie's choice. One of our transport pods filled, though functionally correct, I assure you. The transport pods are fired into space, where they are collected for redistribution. To date, no one has ever misused them for this purpose, despite the explosive nature of the material. Fortunately, we have potentially identified the culprit, and we have managed to corner the apparent perpetrator. Our suspect, one Initiate Alva, previously supervised launch controls. Though steadfastly maintaining her innocence, she has also barricaded herself in the operations control room. Both of them? Well, one can hardly argue against thoroughness. I admit I'm to a reasonable degree pleased you are on hand to corroborate current suppositions. May your query yield favorable results. May fate and fortune converge.
It evidently originated here. Probably not. I'm not clear to speak with random.
Stand down. Relinquish control of this facility immediately.
Oh, my dear Proctor, you can't believe a low-level drudge like me is responsible for any of this.
You'd have us all believe you seized control to demonstrate your innocence. Wait, is this being broadcast?
I have no idea how this audio doodad works. You're the one in charge here, Proctor Svaboda. Are you sure you didn't do something?
I demand your unconditional surrender at...
Hello, Proctor? I'm pushing buttons over here now. Did I disconnect you somehow?
Things have been a mite haywire.
Ah, yes, of course. Next on my list of lowest probability events, strangers sent by the Abbot, gallivanting about amidst a lockdown. If we'd been able to communicate beyond our walls, might have saved you a trip. As I low-level subordinate, assigned here years ago. But I'm now realizing how little we actually know about her. A spy or turncoat, no doubt. A sleeper agent from one of those secret enemy programs you're always hearing about. Within a beat of us hearing of the attack, Alva seized command of the system and locked herself in the control center. She then forcefully repelled several attempts to extricate her. 2 are dead already. Poor Jacobs lost a hand trying to pry free the outer doors. Why, she could destroy this entire place at any moment from in there. I implore you to stop whatever for. We've already established her guilt. Failed to see the use, frankly. I suppose some limited nosing about before dispatching her wouldn't hurt. Presuming she doesn't kill us all in the meantime. I'll be in my office. Let me know once she's no longer a problem.
This unit is currently unavailable for meaningless interaction. Apologies, but an automechanical's work is never concluded.
Now, this is important. Would you describe the Varachid's cursor as slavering when it attacked? Oh, hello, layperson.
Hello, layperson.
Two exemplars. Oh, hello. Cogitate here often.
Hello.
layperson.
Of course she's hiding something. Alva's been here.
Investigator.
How many years?
Factors that have been we unwrap the
Blended in
soon.
with the series.
Brain cases.
Investigator, may circumstances proceed toward intended results.
Your efficiency has improved my efficiency.
Always account for standard deviation.
Oh, hello. And who are you, dear? You're what? Some maverick for hire? Oh, no, I can see it now. Earth Directorate, yes? Like Commander Zane and that rascal Buddy. And who is that you brought with you? A friend? Could that be a Protectorate Arbiter? And someone else? Glorious dawn, I take it. Sensational look, dear. All this for me. Fear I hardly deserve such attention. Oh, believe you me, I'd like to know that more than anyone. I am thoroughly unaware how anyone would think me capable of all this. Yes, that was terrible. I feel awful. Though technically speaking, they did kill each other. I didn't mean that to happen. They came at me, weapons drawn. My own training just took over. You see, years ago, I attended an introductory course at the Physical Education Center. I earned... Dear me, I wish I did, but... Actually, there may be a way you could gain answers here. The firing record should contain all relevant details regarding the launch. Why, yes, I could unseal access to the records repository for you and open the path leading there. I'd be right grateful if you'd have a look. I swear I'm completely innocent of this heinous act they're accusing me of. If you need to hear me say it, surely. I promise not to destroy this facility with all of us in it. Was that reassuring enough? Appreciate your help, dear. Please return when you have found something. May the plan favor us against long odds.
May all your endeavors add to the equation. Patrol's back, I hear. Don't see Auntie being too
Our Earth Director. Hello. I've been conversing with Factor Matadier here while you were away. Understand you've met?
Yes, they witnessed me rather discomposed, I fear. Visions of Auntie's choice reprisal clouded my thoughts at the time.
The Factor is less accusatory in his questioning than certain others, which I respect. Good manners cost nothing, I always say.
Troops now guard the entrance above. Our safety addressed, I have turned my attention to the cause of our situation here. And I have deemed it wise to investigate further. Do not let my position fool you. All within the Order are scienticians, and hence we seek the truth of any hypothesis based on evidence. I appreciate even your hesitant support. Now, I believe you had an update for Initiate Alva.
You've examined the launch records, yes? What did you find? I suppose the data wipe was meant to cover their trail. The physical records would have been altered, dear, presumably by some difficult-to-discern chemical means. Ah, but listen to me. What do I know about this sort of thing? I know I've watched too many Aetherwave serials. Suppose they fuel my fervent imagination. But still, even the most junior scientician knows the best explanation is one requiring the fewest assumptions. Ergo, someone may be pulling her strings, perhaps. That's what investigators like you say, isn't it? Now, what you uncovered appears to imply two further avenues of inquiry. A Zeranium leak occurred moments after the launch. I imagine it may have been used as a diversion, allowing the culprit time to falsify the record. The overriding of the coordinates also deserves a look. Don't you think?
I can speak to the coordinate override, I believe. All commands are routed through the hub in central processing. If one meant to accomplish what you're suggesting, they would likely look to do it there.
I expect the Zeranium leak stemmed from alterations to the control boards and refinement logistics. I'd look for any signs of tampering that may point to the culprit. Part of me would like to tease you right now and say, you're not very good at cards, are you, dear? But if you're still on the fence about me, I shouldn't want to tip you over. All right. There. I've unsealed both areas. With hope, what you discover will help us determine the responsible party.
I'll stay here and play for more time. If the Proctor sends
L'indagine sta durando tantissimo.
you to surrender.
May all your theories prove true.
Always account for...
Devo addentrarci dove esattamente? Se capito. Credo che ci sia un ascensore qui. Esatto.
Oh, just a little jest. No, she struck me an over officious buffoon.
I mean, they must have believed their plan was flawless. But problems began to mount. Errors started to multiply. An Earth Directorate agent arrived. Over here.
Non si sta attaccando però, attenzione, Non ho detto.
Finally, a favorable happenstance. After I became stuck in here, those organisms appeared, all hungry-eyed and slavering profusely.
Già.
The door jammed. Not sure how. Worked perfectly. Locked down, and my clumsy fumbling triggered a precautionary... Depends on your level of moxie and know-how, I suspect. Let me think. You could try jimmying the door open if you have engineering expertise, or... I don't know, engage in a...
Ma questo già lo so, mamma mia, mi sta facendo perdere tempo.
The safety reset. Oh, then what are you waiting for? Should be able to make quick work of that door.
Già.
am decidedly in your debt. Anything you need? Well, again, I deeply appreciate. Careful on your way out. Try not to be liquefied and subsequently devoured.
Oh, un cacchio, non si sa. Un attimo. La miseria. Bravissimo. No. Dobbiamo andare dall'altro coso, quindi scendiamo giù. Veloci.
Whatever your honorarium, it is well deserved.
Factor's been in there a while now. Perhaps this conundrum is approaching a solution.
Ci sia un ascensore da queste parti. Due.
It is difficult for me to tell how strange Alva's situation
fuori,
is.
probabilmente di qua, vediamo un po'.
It all seems
scale, un attimo. Esatto.
Ah, yes. So I'd been hoping an empiricist or assessor would amble by, but you appear reasonably apt. The Zeranium overflow venting has gone completely haywire. Oh, what else will this higgledy-piggledy nightmare of a day bring? I was ordered to keep watch until a specialist arrives. Might I entreat you to act in such a capacity? The control board to divert the flow of Zeranium is up yonder in refinery logistics. Well, as a fellow student of science, you'll be especially interested in what I have to offer. We developed a pharmaceutical primer that, technically it poisons you a little, but also heals you quite effectively. Shut off the gas? All right. I suppose that could work too. This card will allow you into our research lab, which is right past operations. The pharmaceutical primer I mentioned is inside on display. I do so hope you'll consider venting the gas, should you be up that way. Yes, I have had my fill of stochastic uncertainty today.
This unit beautifully acknowledges your presence.
No! Ciao. Ok, ci ritroviamo. cacchio se va di qua? Da nessuna parte, quanto sembra. Boh. Ma pensate. Yeah. Esatto. Grazie. Là.
Ah, you're back. I see my choice in you. Zeranium overflow venting has returned to an... Of course, of course. What's on your mind? Now that you mention it, yes. I recall I was worried about one crisis, and my mind was completely occupied by this other crisis nearby. I must admit, I haven't given the attack a single thought. Not much. Keeps to herself mostly. Or that is in time. You mean just after the attack occurred? I was in a state... quite right. Anything else? I am greatly grateful you were helpful and effective. Farewell.
Yeah.
May circumstances proceed toward intended results.
Ci troviamo di qua di nuovo.
Why, we were just talking about you.
Ah, già?
Specifically, potential implications for a multitude of troubling scenarios, based on probable results of your investigation, downstream outcomes, and such and the like.
You know how the Order is, always calculating something. But please, tell us what you discovered.
That you found evidence that the coordinates were rerouted is definitely something. Would be an odd step for Alva here to take, except perhaps to throw blame elsewhere.
I admit I had the knowledge to cause the leak, but not the authorization. And yes, why would I reroute coordinate commands away from here? I'm sufficiently certain our Proctor is conspiring with an outside party. So I'm coming out now. She's going to tell me who she's working with. Then I'm going to kill her.
Yes! Now this is definitely taking a turn more to my liking.
Wait a minute. You're going to what? Our investigation, it's unfinished. And you're an initiate. What are you talking about?
Oh, I see you two thought you were proving my innocence. No, you were helping identify my target. I'd advise you dears to help or stay out of my way. Proctor Svaboda needs to pay for her actions.
Yes, I concur. That may be the only part of this that seems certain. You are far more capable than some back manufactory button pusher. Who are you, really?
I am a dedicated agent of the Order, but no, dear. My name is not Miriam Alva. I am Marisol Delgado, formerly of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
Ah, hai capito?
It's just a story to scare novice scienticians. Next, you're going to be telling me you're... Wait. It is you, isn't it? The one...
I arrived decades ago to lie low after a difficult assignment. More than that, I have nothing to speak on at present.
The rumors about your department.
Era un agente sotto copertura.
The equation being
E qui si spiega tutto quello che è successo.
If there are any hints of truth to that, I find it severely at odds with Order tenets for balancing efficiency with humanity.
This is hardly the time for a history lesson or debate, I'm afraid.
That you are who you are, and are standing right, and have been here for years. It's all much to digest. I suspect your methods are not my own, nor the Order's, as I know it. And I fear your intentions for Proctor Svaboda. Yes, you did work for Orlo, didn't you? If the former bishop trusted you to intercede when necessary, I suppose I must as well. I won't stand in your way.
A wise calculation, my friend. Good thing you showed up when you did. You saved me from having to kill everyone here. Svaboda has much to answer for. Let's go see that she does.
What's this? What are you doing here? Come to surrender, I take it?
After decades keeping this identity, your inexpert blundering has rendered it obsolete. I am Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor of the Order. This would be an ideal time to confess everything before you die.
You can't possibly be party to all this. Not with her vast misdeeds so readily apparent.
Our investigator has definitively determined my innocence following a thorough investigation. I appreciate your practicality. Enough, traitor. You made your play. You lost. No more deception. No more lies. Time to pay what is due.
Wow. Wow, così.
Thus concludes a thoroughly distasteful business. Yes, though I was aiming for her face. Little rusty. Best search her office. Someone clearly was pulling her strings.
Vabbè, se lo dici tu.
That was breathtaking and hilarious. What artistry, what subterfuge, what
Vabbè. È andata male quando sembra. Cioè, non è andata bene, diciamo così. Che dice: come sai, miro la tua sagacia in fatto di questioni di supervisione. Detto ciò, consentimi di porti qualche domanda. Supponiamo di avere un collega stretto, diciamo che anche un amico, la cui diligenza sembra aver vacillato e i suoi calcoli sono diventati via via più erronei. Quali provvedimenti suggerisci di prendere? Di certo non prendere in considerazione?
The terminal unsealed the effluvium repository. That's traditionally off limits. Ideal spot to hide something. We should take a look. This space used to be brimming with runoff chemical sludge. It's been renovated, I see. Another terminal. Go ahead. You should have the honors. Yeah.
L'attacco dall'avamposto aveva lo scopo di accendere il conflitto tra le soluzioni della zia e l'ordine. Invece non ha fatto altro che avviare un'indagine da parte di entrambe le frazioni che rischia di esporre i nostri piani. È stato un errore inaccettabile da parte tua e mi aspetto di meglio. Forse avrei dovuto affidare questo compito a Luvino fino dall'inizio. Dovrei collaborare con la gente del direttorato terrestre in modo da che non possano risalire a noi. Ricorda che se si verificheranno altri inconvenienti rispetteranno severe conseguenze. Ok.
The Proctor's efforts appear part of a larger scheme. Ah, of course. I should have assumed you had a greater purpose here. This whole affair reminded me of the old days. The blood, the secrecy, the calculations and intrigue. Been trying to tell myself I didn't miss it. But in action, I fear, ill suits me. I have some unfinished business I need to get back to. I could use help from an operator like you. Believe my specific skills could benefit your efforts as well. I'd propose a strategic partnership. You help me, I help you. What do you say? Good, good. It's a little crowded here, though, isn't it?
Anza. Ok, Asa, vai via, Asa.
Leave me waiting there too long, Commander. I get restless when my blades dry.
Anche se la sua ironia mi piaceva.
Excellent. Well then, I am quite ready to leave this place.
My fellow loyalists, it is time. Due to the Earth Directorate operatives' continued meddling, we must increment our timetable by a factor of hours, not days. Accordingly, our forces have taken over the monastery. Those I predetermined to be resilient to reason have been executed. The rest should not cause us trouble. I have locked the lift to prevent the agent from reaching the monastery, but the following code will grant you access. 34145. I will continue my work from here, supplying Augustine with everything she needs for our plan to succeed, and delaying the agent as I'm able to. May the results of our actions today secure a more prosperous tomorrow for our sacred order.
Unsurprising that a group of betrayers would be betrayed by their own. Let us track this seer down and give him a thorough bludgeoning.
Ai 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 ai.
I realize you didn't receive the most welcome of receptions here. I recognize you've done right by us here today, and I appreciate your efforts. May fate and fortune converge.
Ok, vi risparmio il viaggio, anche se è brevissimo. Ok, sono andato di fast travel
I'm going to lend a hand at the Exclusion Zone. Tend to the injuries. If we factor for random elements offsetting certain...
One never relishes saying we did predict in the past.
Ok, parliamo con lui, con l'Abate.
Agent, oh thank good odds and high probabilities you're back.
Ah sì, c'è stato un incidente, davvero?
A rogue faction has taken over the monastery. My Seer Wiley, is trapped up there with other hostages of the Order. To make matters worse, my access code's not working. Without it, I've no way of calling the lift. No, I've known Landon for years. You must be mistaken. If what you say is true, that is damning evidence indeed. But why would he do it? That's a serious accusation. Why would I do such a thing? Far from it. I celebrate Wiley's gifts. I recognize he's a far superior scholar than I'll ever be. No, I can't discuss this right now. The monastery. You do seem a decent sort. And it would be a relief to leave all this secrecy behind me. The truth is, I held Wiley back. I kept him from advancing for my own selfish gains by spreading lies and false concern for his competence behind his back. But I needed him. I still need him. I'm not the savant he is, never have been. If he'd advanced beyond his current role, my deficiencies would have been made manifest to all. I'm sorry, but we really haven't the time to litigate this issue further. In case I didn't make it clear about peace talks. Yes, Ruth and representatives of Auntie's Choice in the Order are meeting to discuss an armistice and possible collaboration. It's an unprecedented opportunity to shorten this war. I know I mentioned it before, but compartmentalization is crucial to the success of most of the Order's operations. But I'm afraid I won't be accompanying you. I can't be sure my presence wouldn't alter the outcome of your efforts in prodigious and unforeseen ways. I have full confidence in your skills. You are an Earth Directorate agent, after all. For myself, I regret to say I'm a peacetime abbot. I was never meant to navigate a war. Once you reach the monastery, make your way to the observatory. If the conspirators are seeking the coordinates of the talks, no doubt their efforts will be concentrated there. Go forth as was determined.
Finally, a chance to judge members of the Order.
Ci siamo.
Are you sure that rope can support us?
I am 100% certain that its tensile strength is marginally greater than our combined weight. Probably.
Wait, look! It just came up via the lift. It must be unlocked.
Those outside the Order, as some simpletons with it, claim that all things...
That's all bluster. We're an unpredicted variable in his equations, and he knows it.
Hold that belief in your minds. Let it strengthen your resolve, and do not hesitate. The time for ideation is concluded. Now is the time for execution. Those outside the Order, and some simpletons within it, claim that all things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Enemy moving into harm's way. From me.
Weapon ready, Commander.
Serious miscalculation.
Found another one.
Oh no!
Torpificator is charged.
Grenade outbound!
Combatant observed.
We have time for a quick death.
Assessing.
Mediating!
Unknown.
Lethally!
Reacquiring target. Verifying. Location alternating. Extrapolating. Interpolating. Reacquiring target. Jesus. Approaching target coordinates. Combat resumed. Taking cover. Your combat proficiency.
Particularly humorous.
Threat assessment confirmed.
I suppose you can penetrate those N-Raid junction boxes using the scanner, since this path apparently cannot be straightforward.
Che miseria, lunghissimo sto collegamento.
Engineered it. I shall execute them on the spot.
Ok, indirizza. Yeah. Bene. Torniamo indietro. Esatto, si è aperto. Sbarrata dall'altra parte, immagino. Ok, sbarrata. Non si va, quindi. Via. Boom, bam.
It's the unknown variable!
Porca miseria. Già venuti prima, porca miseria. Del dormitorio, abbiamo capito però. Di qua, no, non lo so, penso di no. No. Porca miseria.
Classroom or dormitory facility, and exult in the knowledge that beige is also the color of...
Ok, credo di qua, credo di qua. Sì, ci siamo. Ci siamo. Andiamo di qua. Un'area diversa. Sono degli alloggi di un certo calibro. Ok, andiamo un attimo qua.
Unduly audacious. The Abate's room, no doubt. Oh, looks like he has a new volume of star-crossed emission.
Cacchio stava di qua. Non sto a capire più niente comunque. Però penso che stia andando bene. No, in realtà no, perché qua già ci sono passato. Vedi che è la sbarrata di qua. Poi sono andato di qua, no. C'è una mappa, cioè. Aia. usare un poco di logica per comprendere la direzione giusta. No, io di qua già ci sono stato. Anche dai, in un posto dove non siamo stati ancora. Se qua già ci siamo stati, logica mi impone di cercare avanti. Di qua, ovviamente di qua.
Yeah.
Has failed this order as its preeminent luminary, and without our intervention, she would make peace with the brilliant minds of
Anche si scende.
agent arrives. I need more time to finish my work, so I've prepared a choice for you. The hostages in the card press before you will die unless you intervene. If you go through the door on the right, you'll find the means to save them by solving a simple puzzle. Leave through the other door, however, and they will die, screaming in abject terror. But how could you call yourself an Earth Directorate agent if you allowed that to transpire?
I know a stall tactic when I see one. Calls on you, though, dear.
It pains me to say so, but I believe we should take the time to save the hostages. Whatever DeVries wreaks can be undone. These deaths cannot.
Entirely depends on your priorities. My former department would say keeping on mission is of paramount importance. But I no longer think I agree.
Other arbiters would disagree, but I believe this to be right. These hostages must live through today to rejoin the Protectorate tomorrow.
Like the cut of your jib. Hard way it is, then.
Praise high probability. Wiley trapped us here. He let some others go, but didn't even give us the chance to surrender.
He's lost his wits. Kept going on about his puzzle in the research wing upstairs. That must be where he hid the key to stop the press.
Hurry!
Safe ahead. Looks like more order nonsense. Must be part of Wiley's inane puzzle.
Enemy in vicinity.
Unspecified.
Punitive action.
Proceeding forward. Moving up to it.
Cavolo. Sta un mio companion. L'ho lasciato da solo.
No need to disperse. Balancing the order.
salire che non ci riesco? Ah boh. No. No. C'ero riuscito, sì. Questi due pirlazzi.
Well, there it goes.
Si è fermata. Esatto, vai, scendi.
This is actually impressive. I've never had so many individual reasons to kill someone before.
See? Didn't I tell you our friend would be back?
Hurry! Disable the card press machine!
Time will tell if that was a good idea.
Not that I was concerned, mind you.
Thank you, stranger. We should be okay here for now. Go pay Wiley his just dividends. For all of us.
What did I tell you? All according to the plan.
Yeah. It's almost killed us.
Standing by, Justifier.
Malefactor ahead.
Torpificator at ready status.
Unleash my might upon them! Mediating! Lethally!
doesn't appreciate good orrery. Worthless people, that's who.
I cannot believe Clemens fell for whatever half-baked argument you managed to cobble together. That imbecile. And Svaboda. I thought her more capable. You may have bested my peers, but they were never my equal anyway. And neither are you. You took so long, I was beginning to think my little puzzle actually stumped you. Oh, I think my average walking speed will suffice once I've finished dispatching you. You seem confused. Allow me to delineate on the totality of your failure. Saving the hostages delayed you just long enough for me to complete my work. I was able to transmit not only the coordinates for the peace talks, but also the station security protocols. That's preposterous. And a transparent attempt at sowing discord between us. I haven't the time nor desire to enumerate the failings in your logic. Suffice to say, you misunderstand the basic fundamentals of my objectives. The Order has been dislocated from its ideals, becoming the opposite of all they espouse. De Vries and I are merely providing a necessary realignment.
All I hear is empty bluster from an amateur schemer whose only success so far is failing loudly at a sloppy plan. This slapdash takeover of yours is graceless and rushed and reeks of ineptitude and desperation. In my day, we did these things with considerable more efficiency and panache.
And who are you, exactly?
Marisol Delgado, former head intercessor, Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection.
The endpoint? No. The improbability of you interrupting my plans at this singular moment beggars belief.
Our aims are so similar, I'd almost consider joining you. Had you not proven yourself such bumbling fools, dragging me into your mess. Consider how much uncertainty has been introduced into your equations. Can you have any confidence in your predictions at this point?
What in the Architect's computational summary are you on about? That hopeless, ineffectual, over-reliant waste of workspace? He wouldn't dare. But I am beyond reproach. My talent without peer. What has Joseph ever done for the Order except occupy my valuable time with useless queries? No, this is some kind of deception. It has to be. I could not have missed such obvious machinations. My math is correct. How could I have failed to recognize such gaps in my predictions? I checked and triple-checked. What more could I have done? Where did I err?
Enough! Please. Your point has been sufficiently made, and I truly lack the capacity to debate you further. I've already sent Augustine everything she needs. But all our communications are on this terminal. It is yours to peruse. Though I cannot say whether the information will be useful. Obviously, my analytical acumen is not what I'd assumed. All I know is that I was never meant to stop you. Now I must send word to my allies here at the monastery to stand down and notify them of my resignation from the Order. Effective immediately. I have no more predictions to offer, now or ever. What a fool I was, to believe I mattered in the plan's grand scheme.
I have grown worried. I have not received word from Archivist Clemens in some time, and I imagine you would have relayed any pertinent information by now. I fear this bodes ill. Without him, our only option is a direct assault. A risky proposition, to be sure. The last thing any of us want is for our plan to spiral out of control. And so it falls on you to seize back that control. Use the methods we discussed to take command of the monastery. When it is done, I will send further instruction. You have my trust. See that it is not misplaced. I'm much obliged for your tireless work. With this knowledge of Greater Tranquility Substation and its security codes, our plans for the peace talks can finally be spurred into motion. However, without Archivist Clemens and his explosives at our disposal, we've no choice but to proceed with our contingency plan. A direct assault. Though the codes will allow me control of the automechs on the station, we'd best accept now that more lives may be lost than previously assumed. Yet we must act unflinchingly. To fail now would mean the end of everything. I'm much obliged for your... However, though the codes... Yet we must...
Yeah.
We off to the peace talks then?
Abbiamo fatto un macello.
To space.
Agent, over here. I assume you had a chance to speak with Landon, that is, Sir Wiley. I'm greatly relieved to hear it. Did he mention me at all? I'd rather hope that would not come to light. I gather he did not receive the revelation well. I'm sure you also think me to blame for all of this. But you have to understand my position. How ill-equipped all in the Order are for this new world. With the schism and now the war, the Order stands alone for the first time in its storied history. We have no experience with governance. Well, myself especially.
Yes, that little habit's what got you into this mess. Show some gumption. You're the senior highest-ranking scientician here. Stand in front. Command.
Quite right. No time for wallowing. From this point forward, I will lead by example. Or try to. I suppose there really is no other alternative. I won't keep you any longer. Thank you for your assistance in reclaiming the monastery. Regrettable as the business was. I had intended to offer you access to one of our experimental weapons, but it seems you already helped yourself to it. You always do seem a step ahead of me.
Sì.
May all your future endeavors proceed in accordance to the plan. Not to worry, I can manage matters from here.
Quindi che devo fare?
I don't know what you're complaining about. We emerged totally unscathed.
I'd estimate I'm 43.11.
Finita la missione, no?
Avoid it all. I told him he wasn't going to make it. Is this why Wiley's ill?
Mamma mia, che disastro.
This would be his fate?
Va bene, penso che se ho capito bene la missione è stata fatta, giusto? Vediamo un attimo. Mamma mia, sì, un gioco complesso, ma insomma le dinamiche interessanti. Magari non tutte le missioni sono belle, anzi, però molte sì. Non so dove cacchio devo andare. Locale regione. No, io devo andare di là, quella direzione. Demoni nei posti giusti. Andiamo giusto in fast travel qui. Ma credo che ci sia ancora un'altra missione da fare, o no? Forse no, forse le abbiamo fatte tutte, può essere. Vediamo un attimo sul diario. Ok, no, le abbiamo fatte tutte, quindi io le dividerò, in due episodi. Quindi questo diciamo è l'episodio, diciamo, comunque della missione principale che abbiamo fatto. Poi insomma dobbiamo andare alla sottostazione Grande Tranquillità, però insomma lo vedremo al prossimo episodio. Un saluto a tutti da Italia. Ciao!